Hi. Hello. Welcome to the Good Boy podcast. I'm your host, Harry, also known as Harry Jack, also known as the boy of your dreams, the boy of your nightmares. Sounds like Elphaba Orion Doherty from TikTok. We will be discussing that once and then we will move on from it. I do not want to discuss it again. I don't want to see any comments saying I sound like Elphaba. I can't sing like Elphaba, I can tell you that much. Um, no, we're not going to do that ever again. So sorry to your eardrums for having to put up with that. Anyway, welcome to my podcast. Why did I decide to make a podcast? I know you're wondering, you're thinking, why has this gay boy. Wow, I just outed myself. Why has this gay boy decided to do a podcast? Well, basically, you can blame my housemate. That's the real answer. Blame her because she went to Five Below when she was in New York and she bought a microphone, a pink glittery microphone. Can I just add, please? And we were in her car the other day, and she said to me, "To be in my car, you have to have the microphone. Like you have to. It's law." I'm pretty sure she said law. I think she did. We're going with it. Lucy, you can correct us. She gave me a microphone, and I felt powerful. I felt very powerful. I was like, this is everything that I have ever needed in life. Was this microphone? And we were sat there. We were driving. Okay, we went to the shops to buy a. What did we even buy? I don't remember. Oh, I got a beer. Um, we're sat there and we're at traffic lights, and I'm just talking away into this microphone while she's driving. The poor girl has to put up with me. Honestly, feel sorry for her. Actually, no, don't. She gave me the microphone. This is her fault. Anyway, we're there. We're at this traffic lights, and there is this dog. I think it was like a Bernese mountain dog. Is that a dog? Not a Bernese Shepherd. That's two different dog breeds put together, I'm sure. I'm sure it's a Bernese mountain. Whatever. It was a big fluffy dog, okay? You get the point. And I felt so powerful. She said to me, talk to the dog. And I kid you not, I just went, woof. And the dog looked at me. And there were two people in the car. There was the man driving it and the woman in the passenger seat. I don't know if they were together. I didn't ask. I should have asked the microphone. She was laughing. And then Lucy was saying, Harry, keep talking to the dog. And I was, and the dog just didn't want to talk to me, much like many people in my life. I'm assuming this dog was a man as well, because that would make sense. Men just don't want to talk to me. Men just don't want to talk to me. They will avoid me. They will not talk to me. They'll be like, sorry, I'm so busy today. I can't talk to you. Oh, sorry, I'm so busy. Please don't message me. Or, oh, I'll message you when I'm free. How many times have you heard that? How many times? But anyway, so we were driving home. And then I said to my housemate, I want a podcast. And I know you're now thinking, why good boy? That is something you would call a dog. Most people would call a dog it. Or a cat. Or any kind of pet, I feel like. Or actually, no, you call a baby it as well. Like when my godchildren do something good, they're called a good boy. Okay. I've really just unpacked a lot there, and I've really worked out that this podcast actually can be not intended for the way that I intended it initially. Yes, that's the word. I like to be called a good boy. I think that's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Why should I not be called a good boy? I aspire to be a good boy. I work every day of my life to try and be a good boy, and I never reach it. I'm just destined to not be a good boy. I think that's the issue here. I will always try and be a good boy. I'm such a people pleaser. I literally, Cat Burns wrote that song about me. I'm a people pleaser. I think they were the lyrics. Don't quote me. Look it up on what's that song? The song lyric place, A to Z lyrics, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, I'm a people pleaser. So I just constantly want to make sure that everyone else is happy. And I also need stuff out in the open. I'm an Aries. I am such a strong Aries. My star sign is an Aries, obviously. My star chart is Aries, Leo, Aries. Don't ask me which one's which. I think my rising is a Leo, my moon is a Leo, and then something else is an Aries. So basically, I am just pure fire. Ask my ex-boyfriend. I'm sure he will be able to clarify that for you. Oh, maybe we should get him on an episode. I don't know why I'm saying we, as if there's many people here. It's literally me in my house. Like, there is nobody else here. Yeah. I had to move this random pot of flowers. Aren't they cute? Like, there's a love heart. Or a bum hole, whichever one you want it to be. But I think it's a love heart. No, it's definitely a love heart. It's definitely a love heart. It's definitely a love heart. Yeah, so that's why I started a podcast. And also, I just chat so much rubbish most of the time. And I just thought, if someone is driving home today, let's call you Sandra. Sandra, listening to the podcast. You're so welcome to be listening to me. Actually, I feel sorry for you, but thank you so much for listening. I've just ranted for literally 5 minutes straight. This is why everyone was like, you should have a podcast because you chat so much. Oh, and also I was watching The Kardashians, okay? And I'm on the episode where Chloe is starting her podcast. I actually don't know what she called it. I want to just say that it's called Coco... Loco for Coco. If she didn't call it that, I'm going to be so annoyed. What did she actually call it? Let me look that up because I feel like this is very important now to the entire podcast. Like, my entire podcast relies on what Khloe Kardashian called her podcast. Khloe Kardashian perfume. Oh yeah, she's got a new perfume out, hasn't she? Chloe in Wonderland. Okay. I think it would have been better if she was called it Loco for Coco. Loco for Coco. Genius. Why am I not involved? Oh, I feel like my camera is... That's such a better angle for my camera. It's really not, but we're going to go with it. Today, I felt like maybe the first episode should be a get ready with me, no, get to know me, and also why I'm starting the podcast, which I've already explained. We can blame Lucy for this. And that dog. That dog. Oh my God, we were going to get... Oh yeah, we did talk about why I've called the podcast Good Boy, didn't we? But yeah, I like to be called a good boy. I think that's justifiable. I've just circled back to that. But that... I just keep talking about why I've called my podcast Good Boy, because I feel like the image of the podcast is quite seductive. Is that the right word? Suggestive. That was the word I was looking for. I mean, it's literally a dog collar. If you guys don't have a bottle of this, you need a bottle. It tells you what time to drink. Well, I mean, you should drink anyway, but it tells you how much you should have drank by that time. Am I even close? No, I'm behind, so we need to drink all of this. But we won't be, because I will be recording this. I also just had to move everything in my lounge, so if my housemates are watching this on video, they're going to be like, why is the TV not there anymore? I moved it. Why are the flowers moved? I moved it. Why is he sat on a beanbag? I moved it. I even moved the coffee table back so that I had room to sit on the beanbag, because I didn't want to film this in my room. The lighting was not lighting. The room was not rooming, and I was like, this is kind of cozy in here. Like, it's beige, neutral, I feel like it kind of goes against everything that I am as a person. Beige and neutral. What? Where am I going with that? Like, where was I going? What did I even think I was going to go on that tangent for? Anyway, the podcast episode name, Red Flags. I actually don't have that many red flags. If we had my best friend on the call, she is going to do an episode with me in the future. So we will probably circle back to this topic, because when I spoke to her earlier and I said, I'm going to do an episode about red flags, she said, all of your exes. I didn't say that. She said that. We'll quote her. We'll get her on the podcast saying that, so you can literally have evidence of that, because my exes will probably come at me and say, I'm not a red flag, you're a red flag. She said it, not me. What can I say? If she believes that, that's her belief. I know you were a red flag. But dating in the 2025 universe, time frame, esosphere, is that a word? I don't know what I was trying to say there. Is horrific, okay? Especially as a gay guy. I can go into that, which I probably will. Let's start there. Dating as a gay guy, okay? I came out at 18 to everyone. I came out on Facebook. How boring. I didn't even tell my dad. I literally just posted it on Facebook. But there is a whole story before that. I knew I was gay way before 18, but I didn't want to come out. I was too scared, which, looking back now, I don't know how I thought I hid it because I didn't. Like, everyone knew. Although, when I first went to upper school, girls were trying to get with me still. I'm just saying, I wasn't trying to get with them. Georgina, you tried to get with me. You were in love with me. It's the truth. It is the truth. We don't have to deny it now. We can just say it out loud. But yeah, so I went to a free-tier school system, which is really uncommon in the UK now. I think there's only like one county that has it left. So I would go to a primary school. No, I'd go to a lower school because I had a lower school, and I'd be there until year 4. I don't know how old you are in year 4. Like, I don't know, 9? 9 sounds about right. And then I'd go to middle school. Middle school was where I absolutely ruled. Like, king, just icon, legend, status became a thing there when I was in middle school. Lower school, I didn't enjoy. I got in trouble. We will not talk about that. Yeah, I was actually naughty in lower school, which is really ironic because I always just wanted my parents' approval, but okay. Middle school, I was popular, which I don't know how I was popular because I looked like a booger. And I felt like, especially in high school, it was more about the way that you looked than the way that you were. Like, if you were funny, you were set up for life. Well, for the next 3 years of high school. And then if you were pretty, you were automatically in the popular group. This whole podcast was meant to be about red flags. And it is now developed into my high school. What was I saying? Oh, about me being gay. Yes. So, see, you guys, I just go on tangents. I don't have a script. I just talk about what I want to talk about. I have my topic, which was red flags, which I will get back to, but I am giving you some information about me, and I feel like that is pertinent. Love that word, by the way. Use that a lot. Don't know what it means, but I love it. I'm pretty sure it is being used in the right way. So, yeah, wait, what was I on high schools about? Huh? Why was I talking about high schools? What was I saying about high schools? Oh my God, I forgot. I don't remember. Oh, I remember again. Sorry, train of thought. I think I've got ADHD. I feel like this podcast is going to out my ADHD. I was talking about coming out. So, yeah, so I was in high school. That was when I looked a mess. Mum, I am going to call you out on this. Why did you ever let me go to school looking the way I did? No wonder I was bullied. Just saying. So, yes, I would continue to try and hide my gayness, which was kind of hard to do because I didn't really have any guy friends. I just had girls that were friends and girlfriends. And we went to high school and it just became harder and harder to hide it. I felt like in year 8, my last year of middle school, it was so much easier to hide or mask it. I don't think I was necessarily hiding. I just wasn't saying I was gay. I wasn't being like, yeah, I'm gay. I don't actually think there was anyone in year 8 at that time that was out as gay. I don't think there was. But then when I went to high school, there was a gay guy. And he was kind of the way that anyone would see a stereotypical gay guy. He was very flamboyant, more flamboyant than me. He wore makeup. He had piercings. I'm trying to remember him because he was really annoying. Not because he was gay. He was just really annoying. I wasn't friends with him. But he was the only gay guy that I knew. He was in like the alternative group. I'm making my school sound like it was an American school. It really wasn't, but there was a popular clique. There was like the sporty boys. There was like the alternative group. There was then just like my group and some other people, other like the smart people. I was not in that group. So he was the only gay guy that I knew. And I remember being 13, 14, 15, and 16 and kind of already knowing that I was gay. Like, I knew that I was attracted to boys. Like, I knew that I would look at boys. I wouldn't look at girls. And all my friends kind of knew. But just like most people that are closeted and are scared to come out, I initially came out as bisexual because I didn't feel comfortable coming out gay and I didn't want to accept it. I think I was so scared and so ashamed, which that's not anything to be ashamed of. It's not anything to be scared of. I just didn't feel comfortable, which is so weird because my family had raised me on the fundamentals that it was okay if I was gay. Like, they didn't care. They knew. My mum will tell you she knew when I was 2. And she has always said to me too, but recently when I spoke to her, she was like, I knew as soon as you were born. Excuse me, what? How? She will say the way that I came out when she gave birth to me. I came out like this. You can't see me, but for those that are listening, I came out like an angel to Robbie Williams' Angels. You know, I'm loving angels instead. Was that the song I came out to? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was one of it. It was a Robbie Williams song. I'm sure it was that. That happened. So she'll probably, if I ever get her on the podcast, she'll probably say that was when she knew I was gay. She has always said to me it was when I was 2 because I would play with dollies. I would also go to like McDonald's and I'd ask for the girls' toy instead of the boys' toy. The girls had the better toys. Can we just clarify that? McDonald's, at that time, the girls had the better toys than the boys' toys. The boys' toys were so boring. The girls' toys actually had depth. Anyway, so I felt for a long time scared to come out as gay, even though I knew it was okay, even though I knew that my family would accept me, even though that I knew my family knew and my family was just waiting for me to tell them. I kind of got outed a bit. My story isn't like I was kind of forced into it in a sense because I was caught on something that I didn't know I was going to be caught on. And that's when I came out as bisexual. And then the day before my 18th birthday, I posted on Facebook a really long post. It's so cringe, by the way. Let me see if I can find it. I don't think I'll be able to, but um, it's so cringe. I turn back time. Why is my phone dying? Like it's so bad. I don't even know what I was trying to convey. A lot of the time, I just post things that at that time, I feel like it's kind of similar to now, actually. I just post things without thinking anything through, which is my biggest downfall in life. I don't think things through or I overthink. That's my biggest downfall, actually. Overthinking. Yeah, very much so. I actually just thought about that for a second. I know that my friend will be listening and she'll be like, Harry saying that his biggest downfall is not thinking. That's a lie. His biggest downfall is overthinking. Overthinking to the extremities. Like, I can send you a message and not be happy with the way I've sent that message and edit the message 9 times. What would I have edited in that message? I probably would have just changed one word. But if I don't like the way it's, like, if I send something and then I don't like the way it's come across, I'm instantly unsending it. Instantly. Because I just don't. I just overthink things way too much. It's something I'm working on. It's still not going great. But every day is a challenge. Every day is a new adventure. Every day is something that, we can learn to grow from and do. I don't know where I was going with that. I really can't find this message, by the way. I'm like scrolling now. I thought it was on my mum's page, but apparently not. I also felt like it was really recent that she posted it because I'm sure she tagged me in it because it came up on Facebook as um like a memory for her. Don't know why it came up for her. Anyway, can't find it. Will find it at some point and will read you it because I will just out myself like usual. I just remember it being so cringy. I know exactly. I was like, when's my birthday? Um, no, it's not there. I can't find it. I've gone too far now. Mum, if you have it, please send it to me so that I can read it out for everyone. But yeah, so I don't know what schools are like these days. I watched Adolescence the other day, and wow, that made me really not want to go to school in 2025. Like, I just felt like I've said like so many times. Can we stop saying like now? I've just said it 3 more times. I felt as though if I was to go to school in this day and age, it would be horrific. The use of social media. I was also discussing this. I felt like I had social media when I was at school. I remember it. I don't think it was massive. I remember having Facebook mainly so I could play Farmville and Farmville only because the original Facebook one, the OGs will remember. It was so good. I would crop, I would harvest, I would do what I needed to do. Although everyone's farms are always better than mine. I needed to move. Sorry, I had to adjust myself. I was getting a numb bum. This episode is not going to be about red flags, is it? It's literally just going to be get to know me. Red flags is going to be the next episode, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know what I'm going to do? It's going to be the next episode, and I'm going to bring my best friend in on it. I promise you that. If she's not here next week, that's because she cancelled on me. Regina. Don't know why I pointed to the skies if she was not here. She is still alive. As far as I'm aware, she did actually just text me a few minutes ago, so she is still alive. That's good. Glad to hear. Next episode is going to be red flags. And we will bring Regina in, and we will get red flags from a straight girl. She's a straight girl. She's not gay. So we can have her opinion as well. I'm branching the podcast out to everyone. It's not only just for gays. Anyways, back to me and being gay. Woohoo! So, yeah, so came out just before 18, literally the day before, posted a cringy post. Then I went into school the next day. No, I didn't go into school the next day. Was I still at school then? I was doing my A levels. Yes, I was. Yeah, so I think I'd just done my exams. Oh no, exams were like May time, I think. So I wouldn't have been doing my exams. And maybe I was revising. I don't know. But I was 18. That feels so long ago. I'm 26. I'm almost 27. To say that that was almost 10 years... It's almost 10 years ago that I went to university. That I started. I didn't finish. I'm not that intelligent. That's awful. That's disgusting. What have I achieved in 10 years? The fact that I really had to think about that for a second. I've achieved so much. Yeah, I have. I really just had to think then. I was thinking, have I achieved anything? Yes, I have. I've achieved a lot. Would I have liked to achieve more? Absolutely. But I'm happy with where I am, which is the main thing that is important here. Because if you're not happy, what are you doing? You can only be happy for yourself. I'm now being a therapist. Like, okay. So, yeah, so then I went to uni. I don't know where I'm going with this because there's literally not much more to the story. I went to uni as an openly gay guy. There's no more kind of trauma there. Oh, I was talking about Adolescence. I don't know if you've seen it, okay? It's on Netflix. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything. But spoiler alert, just in case you've not seen it. It's about a boy who a young boy who commits a crime, and it's shot in one take. That is phenomenal, by the way. Shot in one take. Those episodes are like almost an hour long. I think the first one is actually an hour. I think they're around 50 minutes. In one take, phenomenal. I can't clap because I'm holding a microphone, but round of applause. And the boy's 13, and that was his first acting role. Incredible. It was actually so eye-opening to watch because I feel like I was just in school. Even though I've just said it was over 10 years ago that I did my GCSEs. Do they still have GCSEs? Are they still called that? I know they're numbers now. I was at a family meal over Christmas, and my uncle was saying about the results that his child got, or that they were getting. I don't remember. And he was telling me these numbers. I had no idea what he was on about. I said, I don't work in numbers, I work in letters, please. Can you scoot it up and change that to a letter for me? I think a 9 is good. I think that's an A star. I don't know. Why did they have to change it to numbers? Please, can someone tell me the answer to that? Why did they think, you know what, a system that has worked so well for so long, we're going to change it to numbers? People, if I was doing a job interview and I'm the interviewer and someone comes up to me and says, oh yeah, I got a 7 in maths. Okay, what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't get it. Don't understand why we had to change it to numbers. I know in university it's done in numbers, like a 2, 1, a first, but that's like 1 is the best. But now I think 10 is the best. Is there even a 10? I don't know why we had to change that. We'll never be on board for that. I'm so sorry to the government. So sorry to whoever decided that that was a good idea, because that was incorrect. And I will not be on board with it for as long as I live. I'm going to probably now get murdered for saying that. It was so nice knowing you all. But unfortunately, I have now just upset the entire education system by saying that I don't like the fact they go by numbers. Maybe it's to help people count. No, that sounds too stupid. Maybe it's to help people count. What? What are you on about, Harry? Hang on, I just need a sip. What are you chatting? Why are you chatting utter garbage for, as per usual? Guys, I'm actually so far behind my line. I'm only on my 3 p.m. line, and it's 5 p.m. when I'm recording this. I need to be a lot further, but I won't. Stay hydrated, kids. But the point was, I was going back to school. I was talking about Adolescence because there's an episode where it is filmed in a school. The kid is 13, so in my mind, he's either in year 8 or year 9. Because you're 12 to 13 in year 8 and 13 to 14 in year 9. Hang on a minute. I'm pretty sure in one of the episodes, they take them to the year 10 classroom. And the other boy that gets, like, spoken to by the police is meant to be this boy's friend. Not that he can't have a friend that's in the year above him, but that boy was definitely in year 10. I think I might have spotted a movie mistake. Or was that another kid? There was definitely a kid in year 10. I remember that. And there was he was in year 8, because I remember them going to a year 8 classroom. But my point was, schools these days, with social media, that must be hell. Hell on earth. You could not make me. You could not make me. I went through enough bullying in my school, and we didn't have the social media that we have these days. Like, we didn't have TikTok. We had, what was that 7-second one? I loved that one. What was it called? We're going to have to make a phone call. We're going to call Regina, because she will know the answer to this. I'll put her on loudspeaker. She answers. This is a real test of friendship here. Will she answer me? She probably won't. She'll probably be asleep. Regina, we are recording the podcast. Please do not swear.
The connection not too bad, so I'm in the Pure Gym car park.
Oh, she's at the gym. Okay, well, I have a question for you. What was that Do you remember? Okay, I have to ask. I'll have to just talk to you about it, and then you'll know what I'm on about. We used to have an app that was kind of like TikTok, but it was only 7 seconds long. What was it called?
Musically.
No, not Musically. The other one. You made like 7 second videos. People became really famous on it. Like Joey Graceffa, was he on
Vine.
it? Vine. Thank you. I knew you'd know the answer. I meant to be talking about red flags, but I've decided that I'm not talking about red flags, and instead I'm now just ranting about what I want to rant about because I've told everyone that I'm bringing you on next week to talk about red flags.
Oh, how do you now?
Wow, I've already said that you've agreed to it.
I mean, yeah, I'm down for it.
Good. I did say that you also said that my red flags are my exes. I didn't say that, you said that.
And that's the truth. And there is actually other red flags we have, but
We'll
yeah,
we'll keep that for next week. We don't want to spoil the episode. Thank you so much. It was Vine.
Yeah.
What other
Have fun.
social media did we have when we were at school? I've said Facebook. Did we have Twitter? I feel like Twitter was just starting.
We had Instagram.
Oh yeah, we did have Instagram, but it wasn't Instagram nowadays. We had Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Vine. I remember Vine.
What about like MSN? Like the
Oh,
statuses on MSN.
oh, you are a genius. MSN, Tumblr. Thank you so much.
BBM.
BBM. Oh my god, I haven't spoken about BBM. Used to love BBM. Absolutely loved it. Okay, thank you so much for your help. Enjoy your workout. We wish you well. What are you working out
Thank you,
today?
thank you. I'm just gonna do some cardio. I need it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll talk to you in a bit.
Alright.
Bye. Love you, bye. Vine. That was it. I knew she'd know it. Honestly, the way she was like Musically. I'm pretty sure Musicallys were like 15 seconds or longer. Was that the thing that Jacob Sartorius was on? Is that Musically? Is that even his name? He made music, I remember that. I was talking about social media. So we had those. We did not have the likes of TikTok. X now. Why is it called X? Why is it called X? We'll never refer to it as X, even though I have just referred to it as X twice. It is Twitter. I'm sorry, it is Twitter. I've got such an itchy nose. It will always be known as Twitter in this household. That is just the truth of the matter. So sorry to Elon Musk. Actually, I'm not that sorry. You've got so much money. Why did you build that Tesla, by the way? The really ugly one. The one that's massive. Cybertruck. Why did you build that? Why did you literally go to a room and think that that was a good design and that you should make it? That was a choice, Elon. A choice that made you a lot of money, probably. Although they did blow up not that long ago, some of them. So maybe you didn't make as much money. But he is going to the moon. So, hustle meet hustle. Is that the right thing? No, I'm not a hustler. No, that's a different thing. Yeah, so anyway, adolescence. I'm literally going to keep coming back to this topic because I was discussing it so much. I've just had to adjust myself again because this beanbag is not that comfortable. I thought it was going to be so comfy to sit on. I now understand why nobody in my house sits on the beanbag. I understand it now. Adolescence. Every time I go off topic in this podcast episode, I just go back to adolescence. I'm like, that's my grounding point. It was red flags, but it's not anymore. We are going to come back to them because I also think I need to write down more red flags I have. Anyway, the point was schools these days. That was my point. That was where I was going. That was the transition. You would not. I would be homeschooled. There is no way. If schools are actually like the way it was shown on that Netflix series, if that is an accurate representation of schools, drop me out. Drop me out because I am not going. I'm not going. I'm not going through that. I would have been bullied so hard. I know there's now laws against homophobia and transphobia, but I just know what schools were like when I was there, and I know that it would still be a horrific ordeal to go through. in the UK. Oh yeah, I didn't say I'm from the UK. I presumed you already knew because of my accent, but just in case you weren't sure, I'm from the UK. I was also talking about adolescence and how my school, but my school was not like that. The school that was shown, it was kind of similar in a sense, but I just felt it was very, maybe it was dramatized. I do think it was dramatized, the school, because that school would have been shut down. The stuff that the children were saying, yeah, the stuff the children were saying, the way that they were behaving, I just thought, respect to teachers these days for having to put up with that. And I always see this advert. I always say it's such a good advert on YouTube, and it's Get Into Teaching. I'm probably going to get it about 7 times now. Next week, I'm going to tell you how many times this advert has appeared on my YouTube adverts. But I always say it's such a good advert because it always makes me want to become a teacher. And then I remind myself that I don't want to be a teacher. But I always sit there and watch it the whole way through. Great advert, Get Into Teaching. Well done. Round of applause from the podcast because you did a great job. You did your tens with that. Ones, tens, I don't know what it is. But I just feel like if that's an accurate representation of schools these days, I feel sorry for the children that are going through it. I really do. And I just don't know how you would go through that. I know online bullying, that was becoming a big thing when I was finishing school. Online bullying. That I don't think there wasn't any laws about that at that point. I remember that there wasn't, but I'm pretty sure there are now. I probably should have done research, but I didn't. Someone will tell me. Online bullying, yeah. The access that people have nowadays is concerning. There is so much of anyone on the internet, and especially young people. I know that these apps, such as TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, you had to be 13, I remember. And I remember my parents would not let me have it until I turned 13. I want to say it was 13. Now I'm thinking it was 16. I want to say it was 13. But people lie about their age. People lie about their age. We see it every day in the news. Sorry, I have hiccups. We see it every day in the news. People lie. I don't know the last time that I saw a truly honest person. Actually, I do. My grandparents, they are pure to the soul, like the purest. But people lie. And how damaging must it be for someone that is so young? Even 13 seems so young to be on social media and to be receiving abuse or no. No. Absolutely not. Take away social media. Take it away. Take it away. It should not be allowed. It's honestly the undoing of society, I think. That was really deep from me. I don't know what else I was going to add to that, but it's the undoing of society. What would you do if there was a zombie apocalypse? What's your zombie apocalypse plan? I can't tell you mine because you will all steal it, but I feel like mine is a very good one. However, I do live in a city, so there are some issues that I would have to go through. I would have to adjust the plan ever so slightly because I would have to deal with being in the city and getting away from the city. Didn't think about that. We'll need to update my zombie apocalypse plan. We'll get back to you on that. But do you ever think about that? Do you ever think about what if there was a zombie apocalypse? My auntie, she would be useless. She hates zombies. She hates vampires. She hates werewolves. She hates Greece. I know she hates everything that is kind of like that. She just would not survive very well in it. I don't think she would. Bless her heart. She'd actually probably survive out all of us now. Now I've thought about it. Because she doesn't like those things, she just wouldn't go outside. And she's probably got a bunker. She probably does, actually thinking about it. Wow. We've discussed so much today. I wanted this episode to be a get to know me, and I feel like you've been able to really get to know me and my undiagnosed ADHD. This episode had no real topic to cover. I know I said that it did, but it didn't. It was just a get to know me. Who am I? What do I have to talk about? A lot, clearly, because I've been talking for this entire time and I've not stopped. Well, I have stopped a few times, but I have been talking this entire time. These headphones, you can't see them. They are falling apart. To the video viewers, look. I do have another pair of headphones. They are also falling apart, but they are my gym headphones and they are in my gym bag. And I didn't want to go get them because it is cold outside. It's late March. Why is it still cold? I want it to be approximately 20 degrees so that I can be in a beer garden. I saw a TikTok the other day and it was this girl and she was saying it's 19 degrees in the middle of March. Why am I not in a beer garden yet? Why have none of my friends invited me? And that is how I feel today. That is how I feel. I feel her on a spiritual level. Why am I not in a beer garden? Nobody has an answer to that. Nobody has an answer. I do. It's because I'm filming this podcast for you. I sometimes stop myself from saying what I'm about to say because I don't know what I'm going to say. I've always been told as well, one of my previous managers told me that my mouth moves faster than my brain. Is that right? Is that possible? I don't think it is because your brain has to tell your mouth to move. But I think what she meant is I don't think my sentences through a lot of the time. I just talk. And then as I'm talking, my brain is playing catch up to recognize and understand what I've said. And then it's like, oh, you said that. You should probably stop. You should have probably thought about what you were going to say before you said it. But it's too late because I've already said it. And that's why I'm a good boy. Ooh, not me whispering. ASMR. Okay. I have been Harry. Harry Jack, your dream boy. I can't believe I'm saying your dream boy. Please. This ain't Greece. Did they even? No. I was thinking of we're your dream girls. Dream girls. Dream girls. That's the name of the show. But Dream Boys is the one with the strippers, isn't it? Like the men. Do they have female strippers in Dream Boys? I feel like that would kind of go against the name of the show, but all for that. But some of those boys in Dream Boys are so hot. It's like, it's not even funny how hot they are. That should be studied. Maybe if I go back to uni, I'll do a study on why are the Dream Boys so hot? The answer will be because they're the Dream Boys. That is the truth on that matter. In conclusion, we've learned a lot today. We learned that I came out when I was 17, just before 18, to everyone on Facebook. Didn't tell my dad that I was doing that. My dad saw it on a post. So sorry, Dad. This is my public apology to you about that. Should have probably rang you and told you. You already knew. We learned that I was born to the song Robbie Williams' Angels. We learned that we need to clarify with my mum when my mum decided I was gay, 0 or 2. I'm saying 2. Let's have a poll. We also learned that I chat rubbish because I kept going back to Adolescence. I kept talking about schools for a very long period of time. Don't know why. Well, I was just chatting, just for the sake of chatting. But next episode, I am getting my friend Regina on. If she is not on next week, you've heard her. She's come on already and said she'll do it with me. So we will be talking about red flags. Now, I want you to put in the comments what you want me to talk about. Give me some ideas. I have lots already. Actually, I have some ideas. But what would you like to see me talk about? What would you want to drive home to me? Do you want me to sing for you? I can sing you happy birthday. Maybe it's someone's birthday today. Let's sing happy birthday. Oh, shall I sing it like that girl in that TikTok where she makes everyone just stop singing so she can do it? Happy birthday to me. That was a Beyonce level run. A Beyonce. Beyonce. I'm sorry that a girl like that. I don't remember the rest of the quote. Sorry, Tiffany. Tiffany New York Pollard, legend. Love her. Let's get her on the pod. When's that happening? I have been your host, Harry Jack, and you've been listening to a Good Boy podcast. I would love it if you could leave a review, like this podcast, and let me know what you think. Please don't tell me I sound like Alphabet Orion Doherty. I would appreciate that. I will see you guys next week.